Welcome back to Las Vegas. The PGT PLO Series continues with the Event 3 final table. It's a 5K buy-in. The game still, of course, Pot Limit Omaha. We're going to go inside the PokerGO studio to bring you coverage of this final table. My name is Remko, Rinkema. Donnie Peters alongside me in the booth. We got a stacked final table for you. Half these guys are basically best friends, so that should create for some good banter as Matthew Wantman is our chip leader with 4.3 million chips. That is only 28 big blinds. Mickey Duek is our short stack with 7 big blinds. So basically anyone's game, one big double up could vault any player almost entirely into the lead. Of course, Duek has some work to do. 2 former main event finalists at this final table with Mickey Duek and Joe Serock. Looking at a really exciting payout. Exactly the same amount of entries as in event number 1. 31K guaranteed for the final 7 and 178,250 up top for the winner. Lots of implications again today in the race for the overall standings to win the overall PGT PLO title, as well as, of course, the top 40, which everyone is eyeing as it pertains to the end of season $1 million free roll. The PGT Championship is still in contention for at least some of these players. Donnie, you already mentioned it. Some of these guys, they travel together. They play golf together. they have fun together. It's a good group.
Yeah, Mickey Duek, Eelis Parssinen, Jonas Kronwritter. You know, that's the traveling crew for the PLO stops these days. And here are 3 of that crew at this final table. Carmi right in there. Pot size raised right out of the gate. Over to Mr. Versace himself, Bucky Wantman, chip leader.
10 seconds.
How does Parssinen always draw that seat straight across from the dealer every time? Does he request it? Is this like, this is my seat? Until someone takes me off the top of the PLO mountain, this is my seat.
I think it's because that way he can show his fashion off much better than
over on the
corner seats.
final tables.
It's not going to be long now that it's 75 and 50 already. It's probably 3 hours max.
I'll go on
The other one finished quick, but obviously it was a bounty, so it was insane.
The first one took like less than 2 hours.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, like 1.5 or something. 1 out of.
It's only 30-minute levels. It's going to be quick.
The first 2 final tables at the PGT PLO Series have been rather quick, Donnie. I was a little bit surprised to see it move so fast.
Especially that first one, 90 minutes, in and out, baby, let's go.
Yeah, that's actually pretty wild. Joe Serock, of course, main event finalist Joe Serock now. I feel like whenever you reach the pinnacle of poker, which of course is the main event final table, you always carry that around. He finished 8th this year in the main event. Donnie, it'll forever be a question of what could have been for Joe Serock.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a bit bittersweet when you make the WSP main event final table. On one hand, almost every single poker player in the world will never reach that point in their career, that pinnacle, right? On the other hand, you get there and then you bow out in 8th place, so it's a bit like, man, I couldn't even get the top 3, top 4, That said, still an incredible run from Mr. Serock. And he's here at this PLO Series because that run, that 8th place finish, got him points to put him in the top 40 of the PGT leaderboard. But you have to cash 3 times on the PGT. So this is his 2nd cash.
Oh, wow.
So he'll still need a 3rd. So he's here chasing the cashes so he can be eligible to play in that $1 million free roll at the end of the PGT season.
Now, is his little celebration there from Serock as he takes it down with the King, King, Queen, 9. Is his points total also safe right now, or is he really making sure that he stays in the top 40?
I would say, yeah, his point total is pretty safe. I mean, he's 1,100 before this finish here, so anything can get added here. Both Tim Duckworth and I kind of think that right around 1,100 will be that cutoff point to get into the top 40. So for Serock, he's got to get 1 more cash on top of this one to get that eligibility of 3 to check that off. So, probably finish at least with 1,200 to 1,250 points, and that should get him in. And then, of course, we can see if he can even climb a bit higher from there because points do equal starting chips in that PGT Championship event.
One of the most exciting events of the year and a perfect way to close out
3.2.
the 2024 season. Donnie, give me some names that are currently sort of fighting for a spot in the top 40. There must be some big names in there.
Well, Steven Chidwick's right outside, 42nd. So he needs to, you know, kind of get up and get in there. Brock Wilson has had some success recently on the PGT. He's 48th. Sammy Sipola, who won the PGT PLO Series last time out, he's out here this time around, sitting in 50th place. Justin Zaki, Jeremy Becker, you know, he's made some noise this year. Got his first PGT win here inside the studio. He's kind of knocking at the door, 54th place. So yeah.
10 seconds.
Alex Foxen,
Oh, wow.
64th. You know, it's not that
yeah.
Alex Foxen hasn't tried. He's been
Right.
here every single day. I think that there's been a PGT event, probably firing multiple bullets. It just hasn't, you know, broken in his favor. Whereas, you know, other years he's like a given to be in the top 5, top 10 of the leaderboard. This year things just haven't worked out for him, but still plenty of events left. So I would expect Foxen to make some noise. He's out here playing today, not at this final table, but in the other event number 4
So it's
kicking off.
3.7?
He has plans to play the 100K Super High Rollerball PLO coming up, so he'll be firing.
Parssinen with the button raised, the double suited ace queen.
Are there some additional bragging rights at play here if you beat your buddy?
I guess so, yeah. I'm sure they might have last longers or perhaps even some cross books to make things more exciting. Parssinen and Kronwritter go way back. Both players here with ace queen, so might be tough to find a winner here. Ace-6 deuce hits. Parssinen improves to 2 pair. Top 2 to be exact. Donnie, lots of dynamics here going on, of course. These guys have played for a very long time in the same games.
Yeah, I mean, even in addition to that, they are good friends. They probably talk a lot of PLO outside of playing it, so, you know, they're probably very well versed in each other's games and how they kind of think through all the different spots. So it could be sort of a level 9, level 10, level 11 type of war here going on, because he thinks, I think, he thinks, you know, back and forth, and just trying to outdo each other. Are Kronwritter and Parssinen. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. Now, as I said earlier, Parssinen with the 2 pair. Now Kronwritter with the better 2 pair.
Yeah, he also has those clubs to back up as, you know, sort of a safety element here. Just a really bad spot for Parssinen, and we know he always tends to lean aggressive. So I would expect that he just continues to put chips in here.
Now, of course,
10 seconds.
Kronwritter is going to feel pretty good about this. We don't have to really be too afraid of sets. Limited amount of combos for that on this
Time extension.
board that also doesn't complete any straights yet. So could we see a significant chunk of the money go in here, or perhaps even all of it?
Yeah, I mean, I would guess all of it. I mean, I think it's going to be hard for Parssinen, being the aggressive type of player that he is, to be able to get away from 2 pair here. Wow, and Kronwritter snap jams over the top. Here we go.
Oh boy. Parssinen not happy. And going for the pot size bet, then to get snap raised all in, must send off all the alarms here, Donnie. He's in a world of trouble here.
Yeah, I think Parssinen's probably going to hope best case scenario is it's an ace with clubs for Kronwritter, which Kronwritter does have, but Kronwritter also made 2 pair on the turn with that 7. So I think there's also going to be a lot of worst case scenarios where it's a better 2 pair like this. It's some sets because he is playing out of the big blind.
10 seconds.
I mean, he's putting the chips in, so here we
I
go.
mean, there it is. He makes the call. I thought he already made the call, but I guess he was just counting out the total he owed if he were to fold, but that is not happening. And Eelis Parssinen looking for a 6, and as you can see at the top of your screen, there are no more 6s left in the deck, so we'll say goodbye here, or actually at least he'll say goodbye to 95% of his chips. Eelis Parssinen has Jonas Kronwritter covered, but he'll be left with only 275,000, which is just shy of 2 big blinds. Absolutely enormous double up incoming here for Jonas Kronwritter. River card 3 of spades secures the double up, and Parssinen down to fewer than 2 big blinds. Donnie, was this in any way avoidable?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's hard when you're an aggressive player by nature to then make a hand and then, you know, get away with it. I mean, once you pot it like he did on the turn, Parssinen, I think, you know, ultimately the money's just going in. I guess you can hope for ace-deuce combos, right? Hope for just an ace with some clubs, not making a second pair, and, you know, you just try and win that flip. But Kronwritter the best of it there. Really takes a, you know, pretty sizable lead now, does Kronwritter. Not that no one's like super deep, but 42 big blinds given where the average stack is at this table. Kronwritter very much in the driver's seat. And look at Parssinen. He's gonna need a long drink, like his shirt says, after that one.
Queen would have of course been the only solution there, as he could have still chopped both players holding ace queen in that hand. Would have given him the same 2 pair. So he wasn't exactly drawing dead, but he was drawing dead for the win, that's for sure.
Now we're going to have an interesting situation, you know, ICM-wise, just with where Parssinen is in chips. He has fewer than 2 big blinds. So, you know, Kronwritter could really put a lot of pressure on his opponents if he wants to here. You know, Carmi comes in here with the pot size raised, and I don't know, if he finds you know, somebody playing back at him, it could be hard for him to continue, but everyone gets out of the way there, so gets that one through. Few free hands here for Eelis Parssinen as he stares into the sky, trying to figure out how it all went wrong.
You didn't mean back for yesterday?
Huh?
You didn't mean back for yesterday?
No. Just being retarded.
Could have been a good one though.
Mickey Duek, of course, became well known in the poker world for making the main event final table, but Donnie, he is not really that type of player. He is not a live no limit tournament grinder.
Oh, he plays a lot of PLO. You know, before he made that main event run, I think it was a run in the 10K PLO at the World Series where he had another top 3 finish. So hit a nice score there, and then of course went even better when he finished 3rd in the WSB main event. Now, I mean, we don't really see him in many no limit hold'em tournaments, if at all. You know, now it's just pretty strictly the PLO events that we see Mickey Duek frequent.
You started him with 4?
Nope.
Kronwritter attacking here on the button, King 9, 4 deuce, and Serock comes along from the small blind. Ace Jack 10, middle set for Serock.
Now, how much does Kronwritter's King of Hearts come into play here for Kronwritter?
Yeah, I mean, if another heart rolls off, he could use that as a blocker, knowing his opponent can't have the nut flush.
10 seconds.
400? 400,000.
Serock's going to lead here. He probably wouldn't hate, you know, just taking this one down right here. Just given the fact that you still have Parssinen just so short, do you really want to, you know, put all or if your chips are a large chunk of them on the line against an opponent who can ultimately bust you.
10 seconds.
Of course, you got to worry about straights, potential flush draws, but at the same time, he does have some good board coverage there with the king and the 10 to go along with it.
Definitely.
All right, so this one goes to Joe Serock comfortably on 29 big blinds. All eyes on Parssinen, who is our short stack,
What the
but
fuck?
there's a few other ones that are not looking too hot right now. Carmi, Duek, and Schwartz also would very much
coffee?
need a double up.
That would really suck if it was coffee.
Can I get a napkin?
Thank you. Huh? Yeah, perfect.
By the way, shout out to everyone who's tuned in right now on both YouTube and PokerGo. We're doing a 1-hour preview of the action on YouTube. Much appreciate everyone for already joining us on PokerGo.
10 seconds.
Couple of queens here for Eelis, and maybe, you know, just sub 2 big blinds. Let's go.
Time extension.
Was that a pump fake?
Pair of queens, good enough for Parssinen to go with.
How much is that in purple, Mickey?
500
Thanks.
million.
Pop.
10 seconds.
And Kronwritter happy to isolate here, making sure that no one else gets any ideas. Big stack can apply the pressure, and Kronwritter wants to finish off what he started. First he doubled through Parssinen, and now he'll take a stab at sending him to the rail. But hey,
Worse.
queens versus ace-10. Parssinen the favorite right now.
Get over here.
You don't mind losing this pot?
I don't mind it. Happy to give some back.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, hold on. You guys want to run it twice?
Sure. Twice.
Twice. They said twice.
Where's this good?
Yeah, the second one won't count, but okay.
All right, two good friends going head-to-head here, and King, Queen, 10 rolls off to make things exciting.
Sweaty.
That's very fucking sweaty.
I mean,
Jack of clubs has been folded, so a couple fewer flush outs here. 8 and the 3 also gone, as you can see at the top of your screen. Kronwritter, though, still 36%,
No
despite
one.
Parssinen flopping a set.
No clubs. You had no clubs? Oh. You had clubs?
I had a jack too.
Turn is the 9 of hearts.
No.
Parssinen now
Jack for the shot.
75% to find a double up.
Fucking idiots. 275?
Wow, what a fucking hedge. What a
The
fucking
prepay.
hedge.
River is the 3 of spades, and the bad juju does not make it across the table to Parssinen, who rakes in a double up, and we continue play here 7-handed. Donnie, weren't we supposed to be down to
4
6
levels?
already?
I need a
I
bathroom.
mean, yeah,
break.
we were.
I'm drinking my coffee. I mean, we just do like a quick break. Yeah, yeah.
They already want to
Fair and
break?
square.
Wow.
What
We just
you got
started.
over there, kiddo?
Divas, Donnie. Total divas.
You mean the guy in the Versace hat?
Actually, it is my
You-
business.
No way.
Nine? 925? You?
725.
Parssinen actually
Behind that.
leapfrogs Duek by winning that pot. Could be very important, of course. Nice looking hand for Schwartz here. But in the muck it goes.
Raise 375.
Hey, we're allowed to do that?
Kronwritter just going to stay on the gas.
These were good cards. You actually have to spread them once? Okay.
10 seconds.
We're allowed to go to the phones when we're on a hand?
Yeah, only have
Oh, okay.
Kronwritter takes this one down without much resistance.
Yeah, he had the powerful Jack-9, 6 deuce.
That's a massive hand, especially when everyone folds.
When's the first time you covered Jonas Kronwritter?
I mean, it must have been an EPT a long time ago.
Right? I mean, it's been around forever.
He has been.
Also, has not looked like he's aged at all.
Oh, no.
This looks impeccable, always.
Yeah, I mean, looking at his Hendon mob for events that he cashed, it must have been EPT London 2009. Those are the days, Donnie. Those are the days. Luke Schwartz, Tom Dwan. That was a good show. Schwartz here. Ace, Queen, Queen 7.
Kinda.
Oh.
Buy your cards.
Zachary Schwartz to the
Time extension.
casual poker audience, perhaps. Not as well known as some of these other players, but definitely a regular here inside the studio. Finished in 7th place in event number 2, so just missed out on the stream. Parssinen breathing heavily into his microphone, which of course we are massive fans of.
10 seconds.
Zachary Schwartz, 38 years old, from New York City. Gets the win in hand here as well at the final table. His largest cash was a 3rd place finish in the 5K PLO at the World Series of Poker, so definitely could consider him a specialist as well.
You want to bet on that?
Here's a look at the beautiful Las Vegas skyline to remind you of the PLO trainer, brought to you by PLO Mastermind, and more specifically the pre-flop pass. Get free access right now by going to PLOmastermind.com/PokerGo and work on your 4-card and 5-card PLO 6-max pre-flop ranges. Yes, that's a mouthful, but all you have to remember is PLOmastermind.com/PokerGo to get yourself a free account and get started on your studying.
Oh, that's what you're saying. So if I lose, I get 1K from you.
Let's make it bigger. 5K.
All right, fine. Booked. Huh?
Cool. Okay. Book.
What did you bet?
If he busts, I owe him 5K first. If I bust first.
So who busts wins?
Yes.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Consolation prize.
Yeah.
Seems like collusion.
Barometer, as you said, Donnie, keeps his foot on the gas.
It's almost like a money
The
jump.
King 6-4 deuce rainbow is like the the exact, I guess, explanation of what keeping the foot on the gas means.
Yeah, with Parssinen and
So you'd
Duek
rather
being
bust
so
7th
short.
than 6.
Yeah,
You would
probably
actually
just
rather bust 7th than
continue
6.
to press.
Yeah.
No, it's more. You bet 5K.
What are you talking about?
It's
You get 30. You get 36 if you bust 7th, and you get 34 if you bust
Oh,
6th.
yeah.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, you lose the 5K.
Yeah, you lose 5K.
So the difference is.
Oh shit! All right, let's punt it off.
No.
Yes, dude.
The difference is 7K.
That's what I thought.
The guy's gonna lose.
But you
Yeah.
lose 5K
Oh, yeah,
if you
yeah,
come in
yeah,
6th.
yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah.
10K.
The difference.
So it sounds like
You get it.
Parssinen and Duek
don't
just
get
made
it.
a
If you
bet
come in 6th,
where
you don't make 38. You make 33. If you come in 7th, you don't make 31. You make 36.
Yeah.
between
yeah,
them,
So you'd rather bust
whoever
7th.
busts first gets 5K from the other
Yeah, I
person.
get it.
This is
wow.
fun. That's
So
all right.
you
Let's
get a
see what the
bump.
fuck we got going on here.
So because the payout right now is 31,000,
I'm ready
if
to
one of
fucking
them goes out right
blast.
now, they would technically win
if I should blast with this
36,000 is
hand,
what they're saying. And then the person, if they were to go out 6th, 38,500, but you lose 5K on that.
Oh my
So you
God.
actually cash for less than if you were to go out right now.
That is actually an insane dynamic. I couldn't even follow along with.
So you either need to go out right now
So
or
fun.
ladder to 5th.
Me?
Yeah, well,
I didn't have before.
I saw
That's
diamond.
so funny.
All right, 6 of diamond. Maybe I was supposed to blast there.
Kronwritter doesn't even get to be aggressive here.
I'm getting in there.
They've all got the memo.
Oh my God! Thank God you had me dead.
Yeah, but you would have got the page out.
Well, you're bluffing with the
725.
4 diamonds thing. You didn't want people to think you had diamonds.
I didn't look at my hand at that stage.
It actually makes it a little interesting.
You guys are gonna punt it off and cost yourself.
So a little
Huh?
extra dynamic between
It
Duek
probably
and
like makes
Parssinen
it
going
even,
on right
'cause
now.
then you have the chance to win the tournament if you're still in, you know.
10 seconds.
Just fold. They're punting it off.
Carmi not involved in this shenanigans.
Extension.
Even more
Eran
ICM for the big stacks. now.
Carmi from
I
Tel
didn't
Aviv, Israel.
Mickey's
Also,
about to punt it off, boys.
the same as for Zachary Schwartz. His 3 biggest cashes are all in Pot Limit Omaha formats. Carmi made the final table in 2023 of the mixed Hold'em PLO event, finished 4th for 137,000, and then the year before he finished 3rd in the 5K PLO at World Series Poker Europe. So that's quite a nice PLO resume. And Kronwritter does what he does best. Staying
is
aggressive.
great.
Yeah, this is. It gives me flashbacks to Dylan Wiseman
you
and
guys
Josh
switch it up.
Aryeh, who did a similar thing the last 2 final tables.
Yeah, I'll say that I
That
think
makes sense.
in the PLO
That deck wasn't
series
even
that
here?
we've had, the chip leaders play
Still
much
made a
more
high
like chip
fold
leaders
over
should.
there. I don't know if they
You know, you get big chip leaders in
All right,
Nolan
I'll
and
just
Hold'em, but
fucking
I
slide
don't feel
them
like
all.
they're as aggressive as they should be
Right.
at times. Whereas these guys, when they get the chip lead in PLO, it's an open season. It
I'm
just
on
doesn't
2
matter.
cushions, so I can't
You
see
mentioned
the card.
Josh Aryeh, event number 1. You had Dylan Wiseman yesterday.
Maybe
We've
I'm
had
trying
it
to
in
give him
many
an
of other PGT PLO series events over the
You
years.
never know.
Everyone's against me.
Eelis Parssinen, you know, when he
The
won
world is
his
against you.
last year, I think it was the bounty. I mean, I don't even think he was looking at his hand half the time. Just blast away.
Duek double suited down to only 725K. Cannot imagine he doesn't go with this one, especially given the side bet implications as well.
Yeah, this is too good of a hand to not get his money in here, or try and get his money in here as best he can.
A whole lot of quick folds over to Joe Serock. Carmi, the last man standing to perhaps do something about Duek's raise.
I mean, he might peel here because Duek only min raised under the gun.
10 seconds.
Well, he's
I
gonna give
never
it up.
expected that to happen.
Me neither.
Button is here.
Schmucks.
Oh, I kept it.
Oh, you kept it. Oh, you can do that.
Back up over 1 million for Duek, and all eyes back on Parssinen, who's got 550.
900?
Me?
Yeah.
8 behind.
Yeah, so 925. Yeah, 950.
Ace is here for Kronwritter.
Seconds.
But
525.
Seconds.
Duek in an annoying spot where he's got nothing, but he also knows that Kronwritter also probably has very little to play with, but your hands are just
I had
tied
one
at
of
that
those.
point.
Not one of those.
get my other two.
King, queen. 6-7. No, I had 6-7. 10 jack. Ace ace. Wow, I'm the best. Do you have diamonds?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow.
I had the ace jack things.
So then I didn't. I don't know.
No, you didn't have the jack of diamonds. I had the jack of diamonds.
I mean, I think I had the ace of diamonds, but I couldn't.
Well, then one of the other two was the diamond.
Under the gun here for Parssinen.
Extension.
Ace 10 9 deuce. He's got fewer than 4 big blinds. There it is.
Parssinen going for it here.
I don't think he can jam, but
525.
Close enough. 525?
Close enough.
Yeah. 25K behind, and Schwartz here finds a real hand.
yeah, but Schwartz has been pretty snug here in this early going, so I'm not sure if he'll get involved here. Yeah. Seems to be his plan of attack right now.
But
Kings for Duek, and he's in there.
All right, so the two boys with the side action are going to go head-to-head here. Duek
chop it.
versus Parssinen. Parssinen at risk here
How can we
with
chop?
ace 10 9 deuce.
Ace deuce deuce king
Duek's
Wow,
kings
what a
in front
fucking
here,
emotional
but
hedge this is.
You want to lose or win?
It's so sick that I actually lose money on this if I win.
unless he ladders
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more time.
You know what I mean?
All right, so lots of implications here as these guys have a $5,000 side bet
That is a
as
sweaty
queen
flop.
8-6 rolls off the deck. The player that lasts longer pays the player that gets eliminated. Very interesting and creative bit of side action here. Turn card is the queen of diamonds. Parssinen still with 10 outs. Waiting for the river card as Joe Serock is doing some push-ups in the background there. Keeping that blood flow going. River card is the 5 of diamonds. And that is it for Eelis Parssinen. Came into the final table with a decent stack. Gave a lot of it to Jonas Kronwritter in one of the very first hands of play. And Mickey Duek now receiving a double up, but also this costing him $5,000, meaning he needs to hit the next pay jump in order for himself to come out on top financially from this one hand. Down to the final 6 here.
Can you stack your chips?
He does move ahead of Carmi.
Yes,
so
that's true.
he's not the short stack anymore. And he's not too far off of Schwartz. So I think a favorable result at the end of the day for Duek.
You guys want to play a stand-up game?
If
me.
if
I'll
these
be
guys
down.
had like a PLO cash game stream with beverages involved, Donnie, it might actually be one of the most fun poker games to watch.
What? 1,250,000.
So Kronwritter comes in with a raise. Carmi pots it.
Well, he folded, so I folded.
So I believe
How much is it?
action is on Wantman, but Schwartz folded out of turn, which then prompted Kronwritter to fold as the pre-flop raiser.
Oh, wow.
But it's still on Wantman here. He has a decision, but he also knows the players behind him. Most importantly,
Could be more than
Kronwritter,
that.
who had come in with the raise, are out of the way.
1.125. That's oh. I apologize.
So Kronwritter with the raise, 375. Carmi all in, and Wantman now deciding for about a third of his chips, knowing
10 seconds.
that he'll get it to showdown instantly here with the double-suited kings. Are we just worried about aces here? As Wantman makes the call, he's going to receive sort of average news, I'd say. Both players with kings. Lots of chop opportunities here.
take a shot.
Could have been way worse running into aces.
I think this is a spot that Wantman probably did ultimately need to go with, just given the fact that Carmi, as the short stack, might be attacking, you know, not with the most premium hand against the chip leader, and dang.
You know what a premium hand is, Donnie? When you flop a
running
king high
yeah,
flush.
pair.
You just
You can drop
99%.
Oh, wow. Shouldn't have said
10-10?
10-10. 10-10 for the chop.
I mean, we saw
Kind
some
of
crazy
blocks
runouts
the
like this yesterday, right?
Absolutely. All right, so Carmi,
I can't lose.
0% chance to win, but a 10 on the river would still chop this. It's the 8 of diamonds, and we say goodbye to our 6th place finisher, Eran Carmi from
Can I switch
Israel.
over here? Is that
Had
a
a
thing or
nice
no?
run, but ultimately will
Okay.
take home $38,750.
Can I have his time banks?
Mickey Duek also ladders up to make back some of the money he lost in side action
Yeah.
versus Eelis Parssinen, and we're now down to the final 5.
Has to be around two.
He said I could
No,
move.
all right, I'll move my chips so you can see it easier.
And I just saw he just folded. So I just,
I saw.
Yeah, Alan Production said I could do it.
I saw Mickey fold. And then I didn't.
Oh man, he fucked himself.
What do you think he has there?
Huh?
What do you think he has there?
1, 2, 2, guys.
Kings or aces? I have 2 kings.
There's still 4 queens, buddy. You never know.
102 on the 1,000, guys.
price is going up.
Huh?
I think I would have thought that there was a fair
Big
enough
what?
chance that Carmi could have been lighter than just aces.
Yeah, I have
just
mine. He took those.
Given the dynamics of the situation, but I also don't fault Wantman there for wanting to think that one over for sure.
All right, so 5-handed. All eyes are on Mickey Duek and Zachary Schwartz, both sitting on 7 bigs.
He
Kronwritter in
made
that
more than the 7th place.
position that Wiseman was in yesterday, and Wiseman
Very perceptive.
never
of him.
backed down. Let's see if Kronwritter is going to do the same thing.
What is it? 46?
Yes.
I barely made more than 7th place.
10 seconds.
It was 38 versus 41? What a joke.
Schwartz is going to go with this one. Too good of a hand here as the short stack. Just gets it through.
Ow.
All right, still 5 players remaining here battling for the win. Well, there's going to be some battling for the win as well in November, and Kalshi is the first legal exchange in the US where you can trade on the outcome of the upcoming election. Right now on Kalshi.com, markets are available for who will win the presidential election, who will control the House and Senate, who will win swing states, and much more. Sign up now at Kalshi.com/PokerGo, and the first 500 traders who deposit $50 will get a free $20 credit on the outcome at Kalshi.com.
Stucky. How you doing? Ay, ay, ay.
Action folds over to Schwartz again. Queen Jack 10-7 with hearts.
5Gs.
I'm not that steamed.
Let's go.
It is kind of stupid though. It was so like you lose money.
That was a cool bet. I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. You're just like booked. Yeah,
Yeah.
booked. I thought the bet was you have to actually punt, but like.
I thought at first it was, I have to. It's like a last longer.
It was.
No, it wasn't. It's the opposite.
Oh right.
If he loses first, I
Last
pay him.
shorter.
If I lose first, he pays me.
Yeah.
Last shorter, yeah.
What do I do here?
More chips for Kronwritter here. Just raising at will, showing cards, having fun with it, collecting chips. I mean, Wantman now with more than 5.4 million, you know, could really do some damage to Kronwritter's stack, but it doesn't
Could
look
you
like
have done
Wantman,
anything
really
differently?
wants to get involved at all.
Hey, tank.
I might have folded if
Yeah.
you guys, yeah.
Still tanked a minute.
Right, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't know.
So he fucked him.
Yeah.
All part of the play.
Expert play.
Oh yeah.
That's a good angle.
Oh yeah.
There is a world where
Did
I
we get a
fold
round of
there.
penalties?
Seconds.
Sick angle shooting over here.
I don't think it really changes much though when I think about it.
Raise to 500.
Kronwritter on the button, 2.5x with, I mean, Jack 8, 7, 3, just in there.
Spin the wheel.
Trying
Duek makes the call. He's the short stack right now. 10, 10, 9, 6 for him out of
1
the
million
big
behind.
blind. 8, 7 deuce with a couple of hearts, and I mean this is a spicy flop. Wrap for Duek. He's got the overpair of 10s, but outflopped by the 2 pair for Kronwritter, who also has a heart draw.
900,000.
This is about as PLO of a flop as you can get.
And Kronwritter wastes no time to get involved himself, and Mickey Duek at risk here with 14 outs twice.
Add 3 hearts.
Duek has been a survivor so far. We're 18 hands into this final table. We're down to the final 5. Are we going to get down to 4? Kronwritter the favorite here.
Look at that piece of cheese just turned into the nut.
Hello.
All right, turn card. The queen of spades. Duek adds 2 additional outs, but still behind here.
I think we can get
60-40
there.
on the
I
turn.
actually do feel like I'm gonna get there.
And
Oh,
Duek
he's
feels like
winning.
it's coming. River card. The 10 of diamonds, and his feelings were
950.
spot on. Pot Limit Omaha, ladies and gentlemen. He had 700K like 3 hands ago.
Yeah, notable dent there to Kronwritter. He now slips back to second in chips behind Wantman. Tons of life now for Duek, who's up over 3 million.
Button here.
Felt like he was going to get there, and he got there.
Great job.
Listen, if me and you both have a feeling, it can't be wrong, right?
I mean, that was spooky. That you felt it too.
Very spooky. Sean Winter would be proud.
It is not the same without Sean Winter. I will say that.
10
People
seconds.
watching us on YouTube, this is a 1-hour preview of the action on PokerGO.com. Appreciate you all for hanging out. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for, as Schwartz will continue to
I don't know why I snapshot
try and
there.
make something
I'm
happen
so
here.
tired. So retarded. I was
Huh?
so tired. That 5 hours sleep a day is just, yeah.
I don't think any of us slept.
Yeah, but I've slept 5 hours for the last 4 nights.
That's rough.
Actually, that's not true. 5 hours, 5.5, and 6. I got 6 hours this night. But
How much are you used to getting though?
You just take
8,
drugs.
You are,
7
yeah,
to
me
8.
too.
Yeah.
I hate when
I tried drugs
get
yesterday.
adequate
I
sleep.
didn't like it.
That's not
Dude, I almost
drugs.
fucking died.
You're funny. I could tell you were having like an
Okay, then.
existential
Okay.
crisis.
Dude, I was freaking
tell us
like I was
more.
like, what the fuck is going on? Am I gonna have to go to the hospital or
Yeah,
something?
right. Like the first time you ever tried weed.
It was terrible.
10 seconds. Ten seconds.
Raise 500.
Ten seconds.
$500K is the raise from Duek, attacking the big line of Schwartz.
Time
And he
extension.
comes over the top, committing
So
a
normally,
large
if you got
percentage of his
heads up,
chips.
You would never chop with me. but
Yeah,
maybe
good
with
spot
the
here
six,
for Schwartz.
Maybe you think about it.
Pretty good hand. The
Well,
ace and the king in it
You
can
might find out.
deny a lot of premiums for Duek, who's probably a little bit more looser here, opening on the button with that new stack he's working with.
Schwartz, a business professional,
PLO
plays
versus-
poker
So it's
on the
online.
side,
Oh yeah?
specializes in cybersecurity.
Yeah, second WSOP Europe 5.
That seems like a good business to be
10
in
years ago, 12
in
years,
2024.
What event was it online?
500 max a year ago.
Nice.
Duek in the tank.
12 years ago, no one had PLO.
Yeah,
10
it's
seconds.
true. It's getting more and more popular in tournament days, which is great.
10K getting like
Ultimately
1,000.
lets it go. Feels as though this is not the right time to take a stand, and Schwartz has not been out of line, so live to fight another day. Duek, by the way, $6.3 million in career
Thank you for
tournament
me.
earnings.
Just
Of
give
course,
it away
the
just like
majority
that.
of that, his third place finish in the
Should've went
2022 main event, where he cashed for $4 million.
Yikes.
10 seconds.
Was that
Today's
an Was it
from
off
is
the
a regular
Kings?
PLO event, no
WCPLO?
knockout format like we had
Oh, but
Like 12
last
years
night.
it was in London
But
still, yeah.
there will be another one, a 15K buy-in bounty event.
That one will be fun. The 15K
Oh,
PKO.
yes.
I'm most looking forward to that one.
That's kind of like the main event in my eyes. That's going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of blasting.
Raise 500.
Seconds.
Wallman raising up with the unknown cards. We're waiting to see
Time extension.
whether he will slide them across the reader. Wallman with 6.7 million in career earnings. Does not have that massive standout score like Duek does. He's put together his resume by being consistently successful on the live felt. Two quick folds here, and Wallman takes it down. Joe Serock has not really been in action ever since his final table started.
Just sitting over there, just chilling. I mean, he is in that awkward
That should
middle
be the rule.
area
If you don't
in terms
scan
of
it
his
right,
stack.
you just
Oh.
go.
I did scan it right. They just didn't scan.
You have 3 towers or 2?
Hmm?
You have 3 towers or 2?
3.
3.
2.2.
Seconds.
Raise 500.
Wallman again with a raise to 500K. Looks as though he's going to get it done again unless Duek finds something to play with here.
But move.
Thank you.
And just like that, Matthew Wantman now our chip leader up to just shy of 6 million. Kronwritter still comfortable on 5.3, and then 3 stacks that are very close together, which will heavily impact the way this final table plays out.
Seconds.
Just a dry-looking pair of queens here, Donnie. Those are just the types of hands you don't really want to get in trouble with.
Yeah, kind of no need at this point.
10 seconds.
Pot.
Time extension. Seconds.
I think Wantman's probably going to come along with this one. You know, he does have the chip lead. Certainly take a flop in position here with this type of holding. We can obviously see he's got a ton of equity in the hand. 9-8-4. Top pair.
I mean,
and a draw.
speak
Top
of a,
set for Duek.
speak of a flop here. This is exactly what you're looking for if you're Duek. Trying to make it work here with top set and also the ace blocker for any potential flush draws. Wantman, 31% equity still.
Yeah, I think Wantman has too much of a hand here, but this is worst case scenario. Probably a lot of times he's going to be up against even over pairs where he's got a lot of two pair outs. He's got those straight draw outs, of course, but Duek just happens to have the top set here on this one. So
I don't think you're gonna
All
hit
right,
a
so
boat.
Duek
he has the
again,
nine.
the player at risk, and
Just
again
get a 6 of spades.
with a chance to chip up significantly. Turn card is the 10 of clubs. Wantman adding some outs.
Deuce.
A queen, a 10 or 7 will send Duek to the rail. But if this holds up, Duek will be up to 4.6 million and among the chip leaders. River is the 10 of hearts. And Duek gets sent to the rail
I'm good, thank you.
by an unfortunate river card. Mickey Duek busts out in 5th place, takes home $46,500. And Matthew Wantman vaults into the chip lead up to 8.1 million. Very well done by him. And of course, well done in that context means nice job getting there. That's PLO sometimes, you got to get there.
Wantman is one of those players on the PGT who's out on the outside of the top 40 looking in, currently in 98th place with 472 points. I know it sounds like a lot, 98th, you got to get to the top 40, so big gap there, but only needs about 400 points or so to get into that top 40 in terms of where the point markers are. So
10 seconds.
if he's able to ultimately take this chip lead that he has right now and close this one out, he would add 178 points to his already 472 point total, and probably move up to what, 60 or so, something like that. So very much within striking distance. Serock finally gets involved here, comes in with a 3-bet. Of course he's got the aces.
Yeah, when you got the burgers, you got to go for it. Takes this one down.
Right.
Wantman now chip lead with 40 big blinds. Coming up on the end of our free preview here on YouTube. Make sure to continue watching on PokerGO.com if you haven't yet become a subscriber. We have weekly new episodes as well of both High Stakes Poker and No Gamble, No Future. And I will say that both shows have been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed watching all the action. A good blend between crazy characters and big pots.
10 seconds. Time extension.
Serock makes the call from the under the gun position.
Schwartz completes from the small blind, and Kronwritter with that ace and the king in his hand might decide to just pot this and try and play as the big stack. No, he's gonna check it. So here we go, 3 ways. Look at that equity for Schwartz, given the sharing of cards for his opponents. Both Kronwritter and Serock flopping top pair, king kicker, action checks around. 9 on the turn, keeps this one rainbow. Now a whole bunch of straight outs for Schwartz over there. Equities on your screen. Looking a little funky here. That's because Serock and Kronwritter, those percentages are for them to win the hand. Right now they have the best of it, but they're chopping.
310.
Yeah, so you'll see these numbers shift dramatically if Serock gets out of the way. And he does. Serock lets it go, and all of a sudden you see that number jump as Kronwritter now 70% to take this one down at showdown, but Schwartz does have a plethora of straight outs. This will also be our last hand of the free preview.
Schwartz might want to take a shot here. I mean, there's not a flush draw out there, so all your outs are clean. If they do come in, the bet is, you know, on the smaller side, so not going to cost you a ton of your chips, even though you are still pretty short.
And now Kronwritter in position in case he was worried about any shenanigans. Gets a chance to check behind, as from my perspective, it seems unlikely Schwartz has any reason to lead this river card.
10 seconds.
Watch this there. 1.4 in the middle.
Kronwritter does seem interested in the size of the pot.
If Kronwritter does elect to bet here, I think he's probably putting his opponent on maybe some weaker two pairs that he's just trying to get to fold. You know, hands like a 6-9 in them, queen 6 in them, stuff like that. He does have that 8 in his hand that is able to block some straights. He has the king as well, blocking higher straights. Quick fold, gets it done.
All right, and with that, thank you so much for watching. If you are with us on YouTube, please continue watching on PokerGO.com. It's been an honor and a pleasure. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next preview, and until then, we'll see you on PokerGO.com in the chat. Here's a look at the Club WPT Gold $5 million Invitational Free Roll, December 13th in Las Vegas. Sign up at clubwptgold.com right now for a chance to win a gold passport. This free roll will have $1 million first prize, so you might as well just hop on over to clubwptgold.com and sign up. It takes about a minute, and then you'll be back in the action.